Welcome to another episode, everyone. And in Corcoran State Prison, a violent confrontation took place between an OG Crip and a non-affiliate. The reason for the altercation, well, they're in Corcoran State Prison at this time, circa 1995. It was a lot of violence on the yard, as I have alluded to before, all throughout the prison, actually, where the COs were unaliving inmates, setting up fights, and then when the inmates fight on the yard, the police would shoot down and unalive the inmates. The police were betting on these fights. And so everyone in Corcoran, this is being passed down from the COs even, is violent. Everyone in Corcoran at this juncture is looking to put themselves, their name, and their hood on the map. And no one is prepared to take a slight from anyone. And the OG on the yard, I believe, was from West Boulevard Crip. And he was okay at first. They're programming on the yard and apparently not bothering anyone, going on about his business. You can tell that he was an OG, an original, and had been around the prison system for some time. He often talked about his prior prison escapades. This is in 1995, so he was around in the 80s, early 80s, doing time in Folsom and San Quentin and all this. And at first, he had hit the yard, because this is a level 3 yard. So everyone there doesn't know all of the politics that are perpetrated on a level 4 yard. So OG is there lacing everyone's boots in case we end up going from this level 3 yard in Corcoran to a level 4 yard, which eventually many of us ended up doing. And so we all have respect for this individual. Well, in comes a non-affiliate. Let's call him Danny. And Danny, he's been on the yard for some time as well. But now Danny has figured out a way to get the product in. In fact, it's really not new. People have been getting the product in through the packages at this time for some time. You put the product in your shoes, cut open the soup, put it in the soup, you name it. They're finding ways to get it inside of the package. That Beyonce, that down baby, they break it up and put it inside of M&Ms, glue the M&Ms back together, seal the pack back up, etc. So whatever he is doing, Danny, he has found a way to get it in nearly by the boatloads. Now, the OG from West Boulevard is also making money on the yard. It was quite a few individuals there making money. It was plentiful because there was so many different ways to get it in. The police were dirty. They were also bringing it in at this time. If they don't have a problem with shooting down on the yard and unaliving someone who's not guilty of something that merits an unaliving, then they certainly don't have a problem with bringing in some illegal product to bolster their income. So it's all over the yard. If you're somebody on the yard, you're some sort of heavy hitter, chances are you got a sack. But when Danny starts getting it in, he's getting in so much that he's really overpowering everyone else on the yard. For what they're selling for $30, Danny decides he's going to sell it for $10 because it's so plentiful to him. He's still making a huge profit. He's still making his money. However, once he starts doing this of course curtails the business for others who are involved. Now no one wants to purchase anything from the other individuals on the yard. Well, why? If I go spend $50 with Danny, he finna give me a half a zip. He about to give me one cap. Nah. So everybody now has been coming to Danny. Even members are coming to Danny to get their product. This is upsetting other heavy hitters on the yard because now their cash flow has dried up. Danny really has sold up the yard and no one can get in and make a buck. West Boulevard approaches, OG West Boulevard Crip approaches Danny and lets him know that this can no longer continue, that it's enough money on the yard for everyone to make. And if you continue to basically, shortstop the customers with this nonsense, then it's going to be a problem. Well, Danny, he stood up and he told OG West Boulevard, you can't tell me how to make my money, how to push my product here on the yard. I make my money however I make my money. I'm not telling you what you're doing or how you're doing it. How you going to tell me what I can and cannot do? But West Boulevard, people, they're beginning to see him as a bully because others were upset as well with what Danny was doing. But they didn't approach him. They didn't say anything to him. They figured they can't. Whatever he does, however he's conducting his business, is his business. No one can tell him he's taking a penitentiary risk getting this stuff in. We don't know what he's paying for it, what his connection is, how much money he has to send back. No one can tell him how to distribute his illicit product. So though people have a problem with what they believe to be him short-stopping and curtailing their money, they understand the penitentiary rules dictate you can't go to someone and tell them how they're selling their product. Danny understands this. He's been doing time as well. He's just not a member. But these non-affiliates are not cowards just because they're not members. So Danny, he gives it right back to OG West Boulevard. Let him know, man, you can't, I know that you're wrong. I know that's why you're here by yourself. Your homies are not here behind you saying this, supporting you. Y'all didn't congregate and say, let's go approach this dude and tell him this. This is you. Because they know that they can't come tell me something like this, bro. You taking it upon yourself to do this, homie. You a bully. And you're just upset because I'm making my money and your money didn't slow down. But I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, man. In fact, I can make it even worse. I can start giving them, $500 worth for $10. Trust me, I got it like that. But I'm making room for everyone to get some kind of money. But old West Boulevard, he doesn't want to hear that. He tells him once again, in no uncertain terms this time, that if this continues, it's going to be a problem. Well, this is a threat. This is really a threat against Danny's person. And that's how he took it. He said, so you're threatening me. You're threatening to do harm to me because I'm making money on the yard as well as you, as well as your homeboys. But now that I'm making more money on the yard, you don't like the way I'm conducting my business, you're going to threaten me? So Danny took it to the Crips. He took it to the dude from West Boulevard. He took it to his car. He explained the situation. They were already privy. They were already made aware that there was a situation there on the yard with this product and with Danny and others. But when Danny took it to him and explained that he had been threatened, now the rules are clear. You cannot threaten anyone in prison under any circumstances. If you threaten someone, you must be ready to follow through on said threat. It's best not to even open your mouth to just handle a situation instead of threatening someone that you're going to handle it. Because if you threaten them, chances are you will never get a chance to handle it. You may really be ready to handle it. You're not just talking. It's not just a threat. You're going to make good on it. But since you put it out there, you're not going to have a chance to make good on that threat now. Because your own homies are going to attack you because you cannot threaten anyone. Once it's brought to their attention, it's over. Danny understands this. So he took it to their attention and let them know he threatened me, understanding that that's a code word. That's a trigger word. Once you say that this man has threatened you, they're supposed to get him off the yard. However, since Danny is a non-affiliate, an old boy from West Boulevard, he's an OG. his homie said to Danny, we don't know what to tell you. We can't do nothing about it. That's between y'all. You got a beef with him, you take it up with the homie, man. That, we not about to get in. We not about to get into that. But that's only because Danny is a non-affiliate. Had it been a car that was respected on the yard, and he threatened any individual from that car, and that individual or those individuals went to Old West Boulevard's car and said, we want him removed from the yard for threatening my partner, they're going to remove him from the yard, or it's going to go up. That's it. But since Danny is alone and has no backup because he's a non-affiliate, they figured if we don't remove him from the yard, it's only Danny that we got to worry about. It's only Danny that he has to worry about. Well, y'all deal with you deal with Danny then. You deal with Danny. Because we're not about to get you off the yard because this dude says so because he's by himself. Danny recognizes the play. He says, oh, y'all not going to get him off the yard? Y'all saying, fuck me then. Y'all saying that I have no respect coming from y'all. Because had it been anyone else, y'all would be hell-bent on getting him off the yard. But since it's me, y'all saying that y'all not going to get him off the yard. Okay, fine. I don't know the machinations that he had inside of his soul. But I don't know the talk that he had with himself. But clearly, he decided to take matters into his own hands, did Danny. Because just a day or so later, came out to the yard. It was nighttime. And Danny, well, he approached. And he hit him. He hit old boy from West Boulevard. Now, at first, no one really knows what's going on. They're going to medical or something like that. And he hits him. Now, West Boulevard grabbed his side, realized he was bleeding, and turned around and he tried to get off on Danny. But Danny hit him again. And when Danny hit him again, he basically, Danny ran, sort of. You can say he ran, bro, to the program office. And proned out. Because West Boulevard, homeboys see what's going on by this time. They see that their homeboy just got hit. He done got stabbed. He done got took down. He down there on one knee, holding his side, leaking. Danny done hit him up. A non-affiliate done stabbed a Crip in prison. It's wartime. There's no way that you can get away with this. If anyone stabs one of your homeboys, you have to do something about it. It don't matter who it is. The fact that he's a non-affiliate and by himself makes it even worse for him because the Crips are about to attack this dude and try to unalive him. You have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to attack an OG homie with a weapon and you don't bang? Man, he understood what was to come, did that. That's why he did what he did. He hit him twice and he got up out the way. He did run, walk fast, whatever. When he went down on one knee and grabbed his side, that's when they called yard down. They didn't even see it. The police did not see the stabbing. They didn't know that dude was stabbed or who had stabbed him until he went down on one knee and was holding his side. And the police in the tower, they see him down there holding his side and that he bleeding, then they gonna call yard down. At that point, they know something that just happened to this dude. Yard down, even though they missed it, they know something just happened. Yard down. But they knew who did it also because, again, Danny done ran down there towards the program office where the police are now running out of. They call yard down. A lot of police are in the program office. They're going to come running up out of there to wherever the alarm is at. Danny done went in front of the program office and proned out. He done laid down, knife in hand. He wants the police to know that he's the one that did this. He's trying to get off of the yard. He was trying to get off the yard. And of course, they got him off the yard. He has a knife in his hand, blood on his hands and all this. They got him off the yard. He understood. He had gotten away with it. I'm here to tell you, Danny, bam, bam, he hit him twice, bam, bam. He hit him. Dude went there, bam. Then he got away. The police never saw him. They didn't see anything. Had it been a member, someone else, one of his homies, whatever, that wasn't afraid to stay on the yard, they'd still been on the yard. He got away. But his homeboys know what happened. He knows what happened. They're gonna have to take care of that. But as far as the police, as far as the administration is concerned, you're free to go. You got away. You're just gonna have to deal with them. So Daddy had gotten away. But he understood that if I stay on this yard, I got away. I can just go back to my building, go back to my cell, go on the other side of the yard and just chill. But if I stay on this yard, if the police don't come and get me right now, these dudes are about to get. I'm a non-affiliate that just stabbed the OG Crip. For whatever reason, it's all bad. They don't want to hear it. They're about to get me, which was true. So he went proned out, took his licks and said, I might cuff me up. It wasn't a good move. I'm not justifying that. He basically told on himself that he rolled it up. You stab him, fuck, I'm finna stab you too. Your homeboy then, come on. I'm finna stab all you motherfuckers. Fuck it. But you can't go to the police. You can't prone out. But he stabbed him because I'm assuming he felt the threat. OG West Boulevard had threatened him. As far as he was concerned, it was a threat. And he took the matter. He took it to his homies. They didn't do anything. He took the law into his own hand. That's probably the only time I've seen a non-affiliate stab a member. I've seen him fight, even take off on Bloods and Crips, non-affiliates. I've seen it. I'm gonna get into it. But as far as a weapon that I can think of off the top of my head, that was the first one. Might not have been the last, but that was the first one I seen where a non-affiliate, a non-member, a non-gang member stabs a member, an OG member that has respect. But this OG member was bullying him, and he wasn't going for it. He wasn't going for it anymore. As far as he was concerned, under his own estimation, he was being bullied and had been threatened. He did what he did. Stay free, people.